Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss some more important concepts in a web. But before that, again I'd like to re-emphasize on this particular website which I have created few days back. So basically it's a Google site. You can go to Google search and then you can repeat it again. Just go to Google and then you try to search with Google site. It is a web. And then when you try to search it, you'll get the first link that basically navigates to this particular website. And then, as I said earlier, it's going to act as a repository. Here it's having all my coordinates, which might be useful to you. It's also having the intro video linked here. And then obviously you can go to the YouTube channel and then you can subscribe to the, I have also mentioned the purpose and all. But most importantly, it will have some of the important links, and then the most important one is basically the videos which I am uploading on YouTube channel. And you can see the last one which I uploaded is also updated here. So if I click here, it will take me to the video which I have uploaded few days back.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Oh, nothing. Just doing.
Now, so again, I mean the current session also I will be updating here. So this is going to act as a central repository. So if you are visiting this site frequently, you can expect new updates here and there. And I have also uploaded the SAP GUI here. You can download it if you have not done it yet, and you can install it. It's basically SAP GUI 7.2, which is still okay. Not a problem. You can keep on using it. And then, I mean, probably in somewhere in the very early stage, I explained about the consulate site, and then I also explained how to download mini SAP. I mean, how to get the access to mini SAP and all. I mean, for the initial stage that is fine, but then eventually you have to get the proper SAP installed in your laptop or desktop. So basically you must be having close to 500 GB space, because it consumes a lot of space, and then you need to keep some space free also for performance purpose. So that's about it. So as I mentioned earlier, that I have uploaded a video recently, I think just 2-3 days back, related to joins, update, and then code inspector, extended programming check, layout. So basically, okay, it's a spelling mistake, I'll fix it. So all those things. So today I'm going to continue with the okay, we'll start with the join statement, how to put where clause in the join statement. Then we are going to continue with some more comparison operations on string. Then we will also be discussing about operations on subroutine, how to call a subroutine in your program, what are different ways of calling a subroutine, and then okay, one more thing we should discuss is local versus global subroutine. And then, so what I did, I have already created some of the examples in my free time, so that the session will go smoothly and it can be finished quickly, and then also you can get more value out of it. Otherwise, normally I try to do a couple of things during the recording itself, and then I also tend to put the concepts, and then it basically wastes the time of both of us. So we'll start with the where clause in join. So if you remember, if you go through my earlier recording, so this is the one. So if you go through my earlier recording, I created a sample program to demonstrate the join statement. Here I'm fetching the data from material number and material type from MARA table, and then material description from MAKT table. So, and then basically what we are doing, we are just telling the system that both the tables would be joined based on these fields. So what it needs to do, basically get the material from this MARA table and then compare it with the material available in MAKT and get the common value and show in the output. Now if you see here, we don't have the where clause, because if I run this, okay, program now, you can see that I am getting the description in some other language. So basically what happens, there would be a description for that material maintained in different languages, and based on my select query, SAP will go and pick the first description available. But then I want to pick them, so let's comment the left outer join, because we are going to fetch only the common value, so we will go with inner join. And then what I want to fetch the description only in English language. So this is how you can put a where clause in MAKT table. So what I did, I specified a where clause, and then I also specified that particular table and the field for which I want to put a where clause. So select the fields from different tables into this internal table, from this table, joining this table on this particular criteria. 10 records only I want to fetch, and then the language should be English. So now if you see the output, you can see I'm getting all the English descriptions. Okay, let me maximize the screen. Okay. So that is one thing. Now there is another way of writing the joins here. So if I come in this piece and if I uncomment the other piece, let's see how we do it here. So everything remains same, it's just that. Okay, once. So the other way of writing a join statement would be use specify. So let's say we have multiple tables there. So what we can do, instead of writing the table directly, what we can do, we can go with the concept of A, B, C, D. Let's say MARA is my table A, and then MAKT is my table B. So what I'm saying, select the maintainer from A, MTRD from A, and then MAKTX from B into this internal table from the table MARA. So MARA we are specifying as B. Inner join MAKT we are specifying as B on. So again, so the only difference here is we are replacing this by A and B. Yes. So there is no difference, output would remain same. So this one looks little simpler than the previous one, output remains same. So this is something I wanted to tell in the beginning itself. So that's all about joins. We will close this topic here itself. Park it here now. Now coming to the other thing, I mean, normally I also try to give at least one tip in every session. So today's tip is basically in SAP, most of the things would be stored in a database table. I think we have more than 1 lakh tables or something. So if we talk about a transaction code, it will be stored in a table. If you talk about the different database tables itself, again it will be part of some table. So if we go to a table called TFDC, and if I go here in the display mode, so basically everything is stored in a table, and then whenever you call the transaction, SAP goes to that table, picks the values. If required, it will do some calculation at runtime and then display the output. So this table stores all the transaction codes which are available in SAP. So whatever transaction code we create or whatever T code SAP is creating, it will be stored in this table. If we try to see the number of entry, you can see that we have 1,06,863 T codes available in this particular version of SAP. It might vary from version to version, and then different enhancement package support. Similarly, if I go to another table, DD02L. So DD02L basically stores the list of all the SAP tables available in SAP. So you can see we'll have the table category, name of the table, and all. If I display this, and if I try to see the number of entries here, so we have 3,24,047 tables available in SAP. So if you try to see table name, we use it very widely, so you can see this is available, it's maintained here, so it has to exist here. Similarly, we will talk about another table called DD03L. So DD03L will store the fields of that table. So if I go here, and you can see that okay. The other thing, you can see that we don't have a statement, we don't have a field called MA and DT. That's because we want the table and fields to be consistent across all the clients. So this table is not client dependent. So understand the concept, be very clear about it. Now if I try to see the contents, and if I give a table name MARA, so it will give me all the fields available in MAR table. So whenever we go to SE11 and then, okay, same way DD03L itself, if we talk about, if I give DD03L, so I'll get these things will be same thing available here basically. Now, so just understand the concept. When we keep the table name here, it goes to DD03L, gives the table name there and pulls all the fields from there, something like that. We have to understand the concept in that way. But anyway, this table exists physically in the database, so every time it doesn't need to do that. Only thing it will do that, it will go to DD02L and validate if the table really exists. If not, then it will throw an error message. Now we'll see some more tables. TFDIR. This table will store all the function modules available in SAP. So if you create a function module, or SAP has already provided one, it will be available in this table. So we have 3,89,312 function modules available. And now we'll go to another table, TRDIR, directory of repository objects. So program, the program which you create, let's say executable program and all, that will be stored here. This table, this program gtest, something like that. Now, okay, this is done. Similarly, the transport request which we create, those things will also be stored in a table. So we have a table called E070. This will store the parent request, and then we have E071, which will store the task. So these are some of the important concepts or tips you should keep in your mind, because you never know when these things will be useful to you. So as I said, everything will be stored in some database table and picked from there at runtime. Now let's go back to our agenda. So I'm done with this. Now we'll move to, okay. Now we'll move to our next agenda, that is comparison operations on string, and then we have search operations on string. So this is the program in which I have already written some code related to string comparison. So just pay attention to this. This is very important, and this is going to be very helpful during your programming, ABAP programming. So what I'll do, I'll comment everything except one code block, and then we can go through one by one. So if anyone wants this code, you can drop an email. I'll download this code and then send it to you, or maybe I'll reply in the email itself. I'll see what I can do. So we have some of the operations, comparison operations in ABAP, string comparison. So it's like CO, CA, CS, NS, CP, NP. So COH contains only any, contains string, not contains string, contains pattern, contains pattern. So these are some of the comparison operations. We will go through each of them one by one. So we are starting with contains only. So we have to understand the concept. I have created a string here. The value of the string is AABB. Now I am just checking if the string contains only AB. Contains only AB. Now if I run this, so you can see that yes, AABB contains AB. That is true. So how it basically compared? It's basically what it's doing. It's comparing with. It's going and checking if AB is available here. If AB is available, then my size of RC is 0. Now if I comment this, now to the next example, we have again ABCD here. So if my string contains only ABC, so this will be false because it doesn't contains only ABC, it contains D also. So this is false. So here what we are saying that this string contains only A and B, which is okay, that is true, but then this string doesn't only contain A, B and C, it also contains D. That's why it's false. Now let's go to next one. So till now we were talking about contains only. Now we are talking about not contains only. Not contains any, not. Now if my string is AABB, and if we are saying that if the string not contains only AB. So that is false because it contains only A and B. So if I run this, it's going to be false. So I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Now if I go to this one, so my string is A, B, C, D. So if this string not contains only A, B, C, which is true because it also contains D. So it contains A, it contains B, it contains C, but then it also contains D. So not contains only is true. So this is true. Next one is I have a string AXCZ. So what I am saying that LV string contains any AB, which means if these strings contain any of the things available here, so yes, it's available, A is available there, so this is true, contains any. Next one, now my string is ABCD and I am saying that if it contains any XYZ, so it doesn't contain no X, no Y, no Z available here, so it will be false. So my answer is false. So okay, one more thing, psi field position, psi ft pos. So this is a runtime variable. So basically when we are doing this comparison, so system, what it does, it will go and verify the string with each character one by one. So it will give the positioning of the field on which system was working on the last time. So for example, it matches everything one by one. So it came till D. So D is fourth. So it's giving the position as fourth and then output is false. Now next one is, now I'm saying that string is AXCZ and then I'm asking the system if this does not contain any of the A, B and C. So it contains A. So this is going to be false. Now next one is I'm saying that I have a string ABCD and then I am telling it that it does not contain any XYZ, which is true because no X, no Y, no Z available in ABCD. So this is going to be true. It's 4 because it tried everything. Here it was 3 because C is available at third position. Now we are coming to the next operation called contains string. So contains string is, okay, contains string means the whole string should be available here. So A, B, C, D, E, B, C. So this is true. Because system came till here and then it got B, C. So this is true. So the whole string would be searched. Now next one. We have same thing A, B, C, D, E and we are searching C, E. So C is here, E is here, D in between. So it's not C, D, E, it's C, E. It should be false. So it does not contain a string called CE. It contains a string called CDE. It doesn't contain CE. So wherever you want, you can pause the video and then you can just listen to me carefully. This is very important and very useful for your programming. Now, next one. system hang. Next one is I have a string A, B, C, D, E, and then I'm saying that it doesn't contain B, C. So it contains B, C. I'm getting a call, 1 second. So we are checking that if A, B, C, D, E does not contain a string B, C, but then it contains, so it's going to be false. So it's false. Now I have A, B, C, D, E, and then I'm telling it that it does not contain string CE. So obviously it does not contain. So it should be true. Because it's basically checking for CE and then CE is not there. So NS operation will be true. So it checked till end and it couldn't find, so SAP-ABAP pause was 5. Now next one is contains pattern. So it will go and check for a pattern here. So I have a string A, B, C, D, E, and then I'm checking for a pattern star B star. So star B star means anything which is having B in between. So it's true because yes, it's having. So only it came till first place and second place it found. So that's why SAP-ABAP was 1. Next one is we are checking for a pattern with hash star hash B star. So we don't have a hash here in between. So it should be false. So C page contains pattern. Next one is NP. It does not contain the pattern. So ABCDE does not contain the pattern star B star. So that is false because it contains the pattern. So false. Now I'm telling it that it does not contain the pattern star hash B star. So yes, it does not contain. So it will be true. So these are very simple yet very useful operations in string. These are comparison operations. I'll again repeat it. We have CO which contains only, then we have CN does not contain only. We have CA contains any, we have NA does not contain any, then we have CS contains string, then we have NS does not contain the string. We have CP contains pattern, we have NP does not contain the pattern. So these were some of the important operations, comparison operations for string. Now we are going for the search operation. So I have a code here, just I'm commenting this and then we'll go through the code. So I have a string with 30 length value. This is a little sentence. I got it somewhere over the internet. I copied it from there. So this is my string. This is a little sentence. So searching. So there is a search operation. Search the string for ITT. So can we see somewhere ITT? Let's comment this one also. So ITT looks like it's not coming. Search size about SAP-ABAP pause and So now, yeah, this code is fine now. So what we are basically trying to see here is that, can we see ITT somewhere in this? So we are searching the string for ITT. So ITT is here. So 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 and then 11th place. So 11th place we have ITT available. That's why when I run this, it tells me that ITT is yes, size of RC 0 means it's available at 11th position. So search string works like this. Now if I comment this, if I search the string, okay, we'll keep it. We'll search the string for X. So do we have X available in this? I don't see that. So size of RC is 4 because it's not available. So search operation won't be able to give the field position. Now we are searching this for dot E dot. Dot E dot is available at 15th position. Now we are searching for star E. Search the string for star E, which means anything with E. So it's available at 10th position. Now for S star, first it should be S and then after that anything. So obviously it's there. So this is how the search operations work in SAP strings. Now we have so you can use the search statement for the pattern also. Now we have a string called this is a first example. Now search this for FT abbreviated, right, the field position. And then so first and then we are trying to search for FT this is F, this is T. So FT abbreviated means it will be like F in the beginning, T in the end, and then something in between. So 3, 1, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10th place, FT is there. Let's see here. And then once we get the positioning, after that again I am searching for FT. So it will come here. Now, so this is basically the search operation which I wanted to explain. So you can search with a particular string, abbreviation, pattern. So it's like searching for a particular string, or I'm searching for a pattern, or I'm searching for an abbreviation. This is FT. So these are some of the important concepts in string comparison, which I hope you have understood. If required, you can pause the video and then listen it again and again. And then we will go to operations on subroutine. Then we will wrap up our today's session. So tomorrow we will talk about field symbol typing. This is pending from since now, but anyways, doesn't matter. Let's Again, it's a very important concept, and I'll try to simulate a real-time example tomorrow, and then showcase the use of the field symbol type any table, wherein we will assign in the internal table to the field symbol. So let's move to the operations on subroutine. Now, subroutine is basically a block of the code. Okay. So subroutine is a block of the code which starts with form and concludes with end form. Now in this test program, what we are trying to do here. So I have two variables already available, numeric 1, numeric 2. Numeric 1 is 5, numeric 2 is 10. Now we have a concept of call by reference and call by value. So we'll see the effect of that. So what I'm doing, I'm writing perform add the number using this and this, which means using this and this, which means I'm referring to this. So if I'm referring to this call by reference, then it doesn't matter if I write using or if I write changing. So let's see. If I go here, so form add number using numeric 1 and numeric 2. If I am just giving the formula here. If I do or execute here, you'll see that the total is 15, and then I got 5 and 10. So why I got 5 and 10 here is because I am calling it by reference. So I am referring to this, and then this is having a default value of 5. So I am not changing any value inside my subroutine. And then here, this is form and end form. So this is what we call subroutine. We have already been using this in the reports, but then I wanted to give a little more idea on this. So if I comment this, if I uncomment this, and I go with changing, if I comment this, you can see I'm using changing now instead of using. So it doesn't matter here because we are giving the reference to the fields. So if I run again, I will get the same result 15, 5, 10. But then if I comment, okay, now this one will be called formal parameter, and whatever we are seeing inside will be called this one actual parameter. Since we are calling it by reference, so the value of formal parameter, which means this and this, will change the value of actual parameter here, which means here and here. So it will take 5 and 10. Now call by reference again. Now I am uncommenting this piece. Here what I am doing, inside this I am just assigning inside this I am assigning the values like 100 and 200. So even though I am assigning the value here 100 and 200, but then I am still using the reference, call by reference technique. So answer comes 100 and 200. Yeah. So for the first time it will be 15. So the total came from here. It referred the values here. But then inside this I have assigned the values. So it's taking this value. Now if I comment this, if I go with call by value, you can see I'm asking it that using value. So this is the change in the syntax, using value, and then value is here. So 15, 5, 10. So even though I'm assigning a value here, but since I mentioned that you have to use the value of this, and this was already carrying a value of 5 and 10, so system will consider those values 5 and 10. So that is the difference in this one, where I'm using a value, and this one where I'm not using a value, directly using. So here the value of actual parameters, sorry, the value of this one is basically the formal parameter, the previous one was it. So the formal parameters value will change the value of actual parameters, basically this way, other way around. Now since I'm assigning a value here, so this will go and change the value of this, while even though I'm assigning a value here, I'm asking it to use the value, which means it will use the previous value. Now I will show one more example which will give more clarity. We are using both call by reference and call by value. Here see pass okay, using 1 and 2. If I go inside, so for 1 I'm using value, for this I'm changing the value. So the answer is 15, 5, 2002. So here I was just simply using the value, so it pulled 5. Here I told change the value, so it pulled 2002. And then my summation remains 15. So this is the concept of subroutine. We have call by reference, call by value, and then we have both call by reference and call by value. We'll go through it once again. Call by reference means formal parameter will change the value of actual parameter. Now call by value means it won't change the value of actual parameter. So if I talk about this, so it pulls the data, it pulls the value from here, so it gives me, okay, once again let's go. So it gives me the output as 15. So it gives me 15, 5, 10, and then 5, 10 are basically referring here. But then if I go with this, and if I go inside this, I'm assigning a different value. So this value will change the value of this. So my answer would be 1500, 200. Sorry. Yeah, okay, sorry, I didn't use the value statement. Okay, so it will still refer to this only. But if I comment this, and if I go with call by value, yeah, now it's fine. I think some issue was there in different variables. Okay, so okay, let's revisit this once again because of too many sentences, it's making it confusing. So it's simple. when we are doing a call by reference, which means this will go and refer here where we are assigning the values which was assigned in the right beginning. So if I try to see the output, if I try to see the output, if I do a double click here, it doesn't matter using or changing. So my output basically would be based on these two references. So 15, 5, 10. 15 is the total, 5, 10. Now, if I do a call by reference and then internally I change the values of formal parameters, so it will change the value of actual parameter. Again, some from okay. So 15, 100, 200. So basically, inside I am assigning a new value, so that new value will change the value of this actual parameter. But then, if I use a statement of, we use the statement in a different way, using value. So it will still be using the value of actual parameter, which means 5 and 10. So even though I am assigning a value here, but it's still using the value of actual parameter. So that is the difference. Here I am using value, here I am not using value. So here I will get 1500, 200, here I will get 15, 5, 10. And then if I go with the last one, wherein I am using both call by reference and value. So here I have a different statement. One is using, so it will use the same value, which means 15, and changing, which means use this value. Change the value of formal parameter, which eventually will change the value of actual parameter. So it will be like 15, 5 and 2002. So that is the concept of subroutine. Call by reference, call by value, and then both call by reference and value. So this is also done. And then we will be talking about local and global subroutines also. So local subroutine, which means a subroutine which is available within the program, within same program. So these all are these all will be called local subroutine because it's going to work within this program. But then if I call this in a different program, for example, if I go to my other program, what I can do here, perform same thing. I can copy this program here like this. So perform this subroutine from this program. So now if I double click here, it will take to this program. So this is called global subroutine. So if you have some subroutine which is already available in a different program and you feel that it can be useful to you, you can call it in any other program by this method. So this is called global subroutine. So I'll upload this recording today with these things. These are some of the very important concepts and could be interview question as well. And then these two things we can easily finish tomorrow. And then we are good to go with our next topics in the agenda. So I would say that reporting part would be done by doing this. And then we will move to convergence. And then we will move to enhancements, forms. Okay, we'll take something. And then these things are also pending. Dialog programming. Okay, we'll come to it one by one. But right after this, we will go ahead with convergence, which means BDC, SAP, SMW. So this is again very important. Everything is important, as I keep on saying. So drop me an email if you don't understand anything, because today I just tried to finish everything quickly. A lot of things were pending from quite some time, so I thought we'll finish it today. So thank you guys, and then we'll catch you again tomorrow.